What if I told you that one of 2024's biggest pop hits was written in just 20 minutes during a spontaneous jam session in the French countryside, and that the viral catchphrase that took over TikTok, the one everyone's been singing, was born from pure, unfiltered confidence and a moment when Sabrina Carpenter thought she was absolutely unstoppable? This is the wild story of how Espresso went from a playful studio experiment to a global phenomenon that defined an entire summer. To understand how Espresso came to life, we need to travel back to early 2024. Sabrina Carpenter was at a pivotal moment in her career. She had been building her fan base steadily, but she hadn't yet had that massive breakthrough hit that would catapult her into mainstream pop stardom. At 24, Sabrina was entering what she would later describe as one of the most confident periods of her life. She was finally comfortable in her own skin, embracing her femininity as a superpower, and ready to show the world exactly who she was. The magic happened during a writing retreat in France. Sabrina had flown to Paris to work with some of her favorite collaborators. Amy Allen, a Grammy-nominated songwriter who had worked with Harry Styles and Shawn Mendes, Steph Jones, one of her longtime friends and creative partners, and Julian Bunetta, the producer behind her previous hit, Nonsense. But here's what makes this story special. None of them went into the studio that day planning to create a summer anthem. They were just four friends, as Julian Bunetta later described it, kids having fun and laughing and playing. According to Julian Bunetta, who later revealed the behind-the-scenes details, the session started like any other. They were experimenting with different sounds, trying out melodies, when suddenly Sabrina started singing something that would change everything. The breakthrough moment came when Sabrina was in what she called one of those times in my life where it was just like, I just thought I was the She wasn't trying to be relatable or modest. She was embracing feeling absolutely incredible about herself. Carpenter confirmed that she wrote the song in France in a very quick process, and that spontaneous energy inspired how the song ended up feeling. But here's where it gets interesting. The coffee metaphor wasn't planned. As Amy Allen later revealed, the team was just bouncing ideas off each other when someone mentioned how addictive and energizing good coffee is, and suddenly, Sabrina had her hook. The four collaborators were kids having fun and laughing and playing, which produced the track's cheery sound and nonsensical zingers. The playful energy in the room was infectious, and that joy translated directly into the song's DNA. The lyrics came together organically. Sabrina wasn't trying to write deep poetry. She was capturing a feeling, the feeling of being so confident, so magnetic, that you know you're on someone's mind constantly, like their morning coffee. What most people don't realize about Espresso is how brilliantly crafted the lyrics actually are. On the surface, they seem playful and lighthearted, but there's sophisticated wordplay happening throughout the entire song. The song uses the espresso metaphor to describe being so attractive that someone is addicted to you like caffeine. But Sabrina and her co-writers took this concept and ran with it in unexpected directions. The genius lies in the double meanings. Every line serves multiple purposes. It's flirty, it's confident, it's playful, and it's slightly suggestive without being explicit. The coffee metaphor allows Sabrina to be both innocent and knowing at the same time. Speaking to Vogue, Carpenter explained, "The song is kind of about seeing femininity as your superpower and embracing the confidence of being that bitch." But perhaps the most brilliant aspect is how the lyrics flip traditional power dynamics. Instead of singing about being obsessed with someone else, Sabrina positions herself as the object of obsession, but she's completely in control of that dynamic. The wordplay throughout showcases why this collaboration works so well. Amy Allen's knack for memorable hooks, Steph Jones' understanding of Sabrina's voice, and Julian Bunetta's production instincts all came together to create something that was both sophisticated and immediately catchy. What happened next is every songwriter's dream. The song came together so naturally that Julian Bunetta later admitted he listened to it more than anyone else in the world. He was obsessed before it even reached 1 billion streams. The recording process was as spontaneous as the writing. Sabrina's vocal delivery captured exactly the energy they had felt in the room during creation. She wasn't overthinking it. She was just being herself at her most confident. The production choices were deliberately fun and slightly retro, drawing from disco, funk, and modern pop. Every element was chosen to enhance that feeling of being absolutely irresistible. But here's what's remarkable. Even though the song felt effortless, the team knew they had created something special. Julian Bunetta later revealed that he had a feeling this could be massive, but even he couldn't have predicted just how big it would become. The final touch came in post-production, where every ad-lib, every vocal run, every little detail was perfected to create maximum catchiness without losing the spontaneous energy that made the song special in the first place. When Espresso was released on April 11, 2024, it didn't just become a hit, it became a cultural phenomenon. The song shot up the charts worldwide, but more importantly, it took over social media in a way that felt completely organic. The lyrics became a TikTok trend, with celebrities like Becky G sharing videos and users commenting about all the pop girlies joining in. But the real magic happened when Sabrina performed it at Coachella 2024. The song received an overwhelmingly positive response, and suddenly everyone understood. This wasn't just a catchy pop song, it was an anthem. The cultural impact went beyond music. The song became synonymous with confidence, with embracing your power, with that feeling of knowing you're absolutely killing it. It gave people permission to be a little cocky, a little playful, a little unapologetically confident. Espresso became an infectious earworm that latches onto your brain, cementing its place as the definitive summer song of 2024. But more than that, it marked a turning point for Sabrina Carpenter. The girl who had been steadily building her career for years suddenly found herself with a massive global hit that perfectly captured who she was as an artist. The story of Espresso proves that sometimes the best art comes from pure, unfiltered joy. When four friends got together in a Paris studio and decided to have fun, they created something that would soundtrack an entire summer and launch Sabrina Carpenter into pop superstardom. So the next time you find yourself singing along to those irresistible hooks, remember, you're not just enjoying a pop song, you're experiencing the pure creative magic that happens when an artist embraces exactly who they are and isn't afraid to let the world see it. What's your favorite line from Espresso? And have you ever had one of those moments where you felt absolutely unstoppable? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories behind the songs that define our culture.